Reassurances of no commingling of funds in the National Health Insurance Scheme.
I want to make a clarification. It's not the NIS funds. That there is going to be absolutely no commingling of the pension funds with health insurance.
Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I'm Leslie Ann Johnson Cornwall. There will be no commingling of funds of the National Insurance Scheme NIS with the emerging National Health Insurance Scheme NHIS. Reassurances have come from officials leading the drive to the establishment of the NHIS in the wake of questions posed by the local media. Health Minister Nicholas Steele was among those praising the reputation of the NIS.
I want to make a clarification. It's not the NIS funds. That there is going to be absolutely no commingling of the pension funds with health insurance. Absolutely no commingling. What we are seeking to do is have the entity, the management structure that has maintained our pension funds since inception in 1984 to the admiration of the public, have that entity now take on the responsibility of health insurance.
Steele was addressing a news conference carried live on national radio and television on Wednesday to update the country on the progress of the NHIS. The NHIS will be managed by the NIS and will be operated from a secretariat being established there. Chester Humphrey chairs the National Health Insurance Advisory Committee.
I want to reinforce that there will be no commingling of funds. In other words, pension contributions would not drive and finance national health insurance. This is simply one administrative body. It's like a bank that has commercial loans. It manages equity and so on investment, but it's just one bank with just kind of different divisions, right? So let's be clear on that, and I hope that answers your question.
The NHI is now into its implementation phase following the completion of the base work and the establishment of a framework. Implementation Minister Emmeline Pear gave a ringing endorsement of the NIS's ability to manage the NHIS.
I am convinced that the NIS is ready, they are capable, and they are quite efficient enough to do a good job at this. As a matter of fact, I've been surprised on many occasions at the quick responses, the readiness to support, the readiness to participate. And I believe there's been absolutely no doubt on my part that the NIS is passionate about getting involved in this process.
A strategy designed to boost Grenada's exports and its ability to produce good quality products at a competitive price will be launched on Thursday. The National Export Strategy 2017 to 2021 is the result of extensive consultations and dialogue led by the Commonwealth Secretariat, which has been working with the Grenada government. Following the consultations, 6 priority sectors were identified: agriculture and fisheries, creative industries, health and wellness, maritime and yachting, tourism, and professional services. Acting Senior Trade Officer Mr. Ernie James says the document is an important one in Grenada's thrust to become more competitive.
It puts us at a competitive advantage because the strategy identifies key sectors where we are strong or where we have potential to export, especially on the agriculture. Once we meet the standards, have proper packaging and labeling, we can go out there and compete on the international market. Once we develop the skills that are required in the services sector, we can export our services, so we can get persons even to come under the health and wellness tourism. Persons can come and get certain treatment here once persons are certified. So it's a benefit to the economy because you get foreign exchange in the whole process.
The launch takes place at the Ministry of Finance on Thursday afternoon. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
The power of soca, the lyrical content of calypso converge on one fantastic weekend. Semis Weekend, Progress Park. We are coming. Friday, 20th July. It's soca semifinals. 30 of the nation's biggest soca stars hit the stage as we transform Progress Park. And on Sunday, 30th July, 20 of the top calypsonians engage the audience with hard hits and commentaries. It's the Melody Papi Tet Calypso semifinals. Showtime 5 p.m. Admission to both shows. Advance tickets $30. You pay more at the door. You must be there. Semis Weekend, Friday 28th and Sunday 30th July. Spice Mass 2017. Come, let's play a mass.
Grenada gets ready to welcome its 5th Bishop of the Diocese of St. George's, Father Clyde Harvey, 1 year after the passing of Bishop Vincent Darius. He will be ordained during a service at the Spice Basket on Saturday. During a press conference on Wednesday, the bishop-elect reminisced on his various encounters with the late Bishop Vincent Darius. He says all his basic knowledge of Grenada came from their interactions.
Vincent Darius, of blessed memory, was a man whom I had worked with when he was in Trinidad as spiritual director of the seminary. And when he became bishop, it was an extremely hopeful moment because he was one of 3, I think, people, 3 young Caribbean men who became bishops in their dioceses. And for Bishop Vincent himself, it was a moment of tremendous hope. My last encounter with him of any length was when I came for the clergy retreat. I don't remember exactly when it was, and he took me to his home. I must say I fell in love with his home right away. And we had a wonderful discussion about the cathedral and about his own hopes for that. He took me to the cathedral, which was then devastated. And he talked very energetically about the need to rebuild Grenada.
Bishop-elect Clyde Harvey is excited to take Grenada to its next level despite the many concerns and challenges faced.
I have a great concern for these small islands. I think that's one of the reasons why I've been asked to come. I have a great concern for what does the future hold for our small islands in a time when you have the economic downturn, 2008 and its consequences, which are still with us. One of the things that I feel very proud about, and I put it on my coat of arms, is how the Grenada nutmeg industry has revived. I mean, I didn't think it had revived to the extent that it has. And I think that says a heaven of a lot for Grenada and its people and its energy. So we need to look at these things that are already happening, seek to build on them. We need to see where the church fits into that, But as for answers and for activities and direction, that has to come, I would hope, out of a process of about a year, so that by the end of that year, we may be able to say to you, even, this is where we're going for the next 5 years.
A social event titled Beach with the Bish is planned for Sunday, July 30th at Grandans Beach to give persons the opportunity to interact with him as he begins his tenure at the diocese. And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson Cornwall.